Nicola is coming up to the podium. Yes, Commissioner, hold on just a minute. Commissioner Littleton.
Thank you. I think it might be better for Nicola to wait because it's a question I asked as well, and she actually has a PowerPoint
I think
slide.
Commissioner Lathan wanted to ask her question, so I'll give the floor to Commissioner Lathan.
It may be sentence.
Yeah, and it may be based on
Please.
what Mr. Kelly said. Well, Commissioner Lathan was the one who had the floor, so I interrupted to allow you to make a comment.
Commissioner Lathan, I had asked the same question as well of Nicola, and she's actually put together a PowerPoint that covers that. Would you be agreeable to allowing her to do that in just a little bit after some public comment?
You know, I think it speaks to what Mr. Kelly has stated, and as long as he can stay to address that, if he has any other comments about what she has to present, I will leave it completely in the hands of the Vice Chair who is running the meeting.
Yeah, I'd like to, I wanted to ask about the comment made about something about 35% increase. Did you catch that, Nicola?
I didn't catch the entire comment.
And
I did. I also caught that. It's in my notes.
And I don't see that we've had a 35% increase in our revenue. I don't know if that's what Mr. Kelly directly said, but that's kind of what I heard. Was that the comment that you were wanting clarification on, Commissioner Lathan?
I think that and the ratchet effect and what that has done to us here at the local level in terms of being able to make this balance work, because many citizens do talk about this with growth that should pay for itself, and you have this balance. And I'd like Nicola to address some of the struggles that we deal with the budget. Again, Madam Vice Chair, it is entirely up to you as to when you'd like that to be heard.
Okay. I just wanted Nicola to address the comments that Mr. Kelly had made, and then she could give the bigger presentation or the more complete presentation another time. So, Nicola.
Yeah, Nicola Sapp, County Budget Officer. I did just confer with Mr. Kelly, I believe it is, offline here, and he is referring to the 35%. In speaking to the 35% increase, he's referring to the potential of the $17 million in addition to the sheriff's existing budget, not that we have seen a 35% increase in revenue to this county or to the expenditures. I do have a PowerPoint that I'm more than happy and prepared to present. Specifically, though, as it relates to the county, given Tabor and the impacts that Commissioner Lathan is asking about, is that commissioners, county government, as you know, is not a private enterprise or a corporation where we do not have the ability in a down economy to not just tighten our belts and reduce expenditures, but also to increase our profit margin, if you will, or revenues to address our needs. We do have to rely on the core revenue sources, which are our sales and use tax and property taxes. And unfortunately, given the impacts of Tabor, if we were to see increases as it relates to oil and gas revenue, or if the property tax related to an increase in the real estate values or assessed values associated with the real estate market, based on our analysis and projections, we will be in a situation where we will have to refund those dollars because of Tabor. So we're in a unique catch-22 where we do not have the ability to increase those revenues, but if by the fortunate circumstance that those revenues do come in above and beyond to start addressing these needs, Tabor will force us to ratchet them back down again. And so we will not have the ability that I foresee in the future to have additional revenues to address our ongoing needs, and absolutely not anywhere to the magnitude of what we are looking at in terms of the sheriff's critical needs. And so I just did want to clarify that point. And then when we're ready, I do have a very small six-page PowerPoint, but I believe it answers many questions as it relates to where this county has come from, where we're going, and to just outline to you the financial impacts.
Commissioner Glenn.
Just to follow up, thank you. Under the Tabor refund, doesn't Tabor also provide the ability to request the retention of those funds?
Yes, so we would have to go back to the voters and request to retain those, but depending on where we request to retain those, if we were not to retain them from ongoing operations, let's say we had, and I'll just throw a number out there, let's say we had a $2 million refund on the table, and the commissioners put an item on the ballot to request to retain that for a one-time critical need for the sheriff's office. That still comes out of our general operations, so then you're looking at the operational side of the house. We're still having to make up that $2 million, if you will. So it really does not allow us to move forward, if you will, in terms of addressing the critical needs from an overall budget perspective, if that clarifies.
Okay. All right. Let's, if Commissioner Lathan, if you don't have any more questions at this particular time for Nicola, I'd like to get back to public comment, and then we can go back to Nicola and the sheriff and any other follow-up.